This
Okay.
looks really weird. I'm gonna move this like this.
Oh, you might hear. Shoot. Let me see.
Okay.
I don't know how to.
Um,
I'm gonna.
watch.
I'm looking.
Okay,
Whoops.
I'm double checking sound. Checking sound.
Oh, I see myself very big.
Yeah, that's why I was like trying to like
Hi.
check. Every once in a while I can do okay. You talk.
Hi. How are we? Hi, everybody. How are we? I'm
Okay.
tired.
Sound is good. Sound is
Okay,
good.
good.
Yeah. So like every once in a while, as I was saying, I could be like, click on me. Hey, it's me. Click on.
That's funny.
Okay. So
Oh, so like I can click on you, right? Because then I just did it. Okay, I gotcha.
yeah, but it won't show up on here. Um,
No,
so
not right away. It'll show
no.
up in a second.
No. So anyways, because I know we've had a lot of like followers since our last catch up and recent followers that may not understand this, but Ashley and I started when Fahad, you, and sometimes Julia would come on. When we would go ahead and do campaign one, and we came in pretty late in our campaign for Twitch, we were like, well, let's go ahead and do like a catch up for people so they understand what's going on. So we did like little hour snippets of us going ahead and kind of just talking. Here, I'll do this so then
Mhm.
that way people could see. And so we kind of got to the point to Gramsby. So to kind of give a really, really brief recap, um, it basically we have our four adventurers, Mercy and Catechus and Alicia and Cheery, who have been going ahead and traveling. Catechus trying to find a man named Anubis, and Alicia trying to go ahead and really kind of find more so herself within, like the strength within and stuff, and wanted to adventure with them. Mercy never really got what was her intent, just to kind of explore the world, just for, and Cheery's just looking to make business. And they kind of come together, realize that there's a lot of shit going on in this world with the gods. Crimson gets introduced. They're going after Crimson and end up going ahead and getting to a different continent, where in the continent they travel to a town called Gramsby. Uh,
Mhm.
which
Yeah, I gotta find my notes.
Gramsby was, yeah, I think you guys last time had encountered a kid named a little tiefling boy, right? Oh no, he was Tabaxi. He was Tabaxi. And
Yes.
he was
Yeah.
amongst his family that was like dead, and
Mhm.
they got slaughtered essentially by some kind of a creature. And so
Mhm.
they take this boy Art back to Gramsby, where he's from, to his
Mm.
grandmother. So yeah, I got my notes too. It's like, oh, convenient. I have it labeled. Oh man. So upon getting to Gramsby, you guys went ahead and dropped off Art, and
Yes. To his grandma.
yeah, and then essentially, because it was like, wasn't it like nighttime or something like that when you guys got there? Or was it daytime? I can't remember. Because I know you
I
guys.
don't remember.
Did you remember what it
Um,
was? And let me see.
I haven't looked at this in such a long time, looking at my notes and how I wrote some of my notes.
I
Like,
know.
what was I thinking?
So
But I
to
think
kind of.
because sometimes things are happening so fast that you just have to write little notes all the time, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And sometimes guys would stop me and say, like, wait, can you repeat that real quick? Especially like the names, but not in this one, not in Gramsby. Because I
No.
remember when I was planning this out, I was like, I was sitting here planning out the different places. And so to kind of get an idea of like my notes. So this, I usually draw out like a map of the town. And so, like, as you can see, Gramsby is a bit has quite a few cliffs and mountains and stuff. So I always start out with that, and then that's usually what I send to my players is like a map to give them an idea of what it looks like. And within my notes, I go ahead and write out like the different places. So like number one is the guard station. Who is it run by? Who are some other people that they might encounter? I do go into a bit of details because I like having an idea of who's in there. But I remember when I was writing out the names, I was like, I am not going onto fantasy name generator. I'm going to use the most basic of names. So the names are like
Well,
Sarah and Claire and George,
and
because
Amanda
yeah, and Amanda, because I was just like,
and Paul and Bradley
yeah,
and
and
yes.
yeah, any DM knows that
Oh,
when you introduce your players to a character, they're always like, what? Can you spell it? Or they end up making fun of it somehow.
yep. Molly and Greta. Yep.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make it nice and easy for them. This is the town. This was just me doing shits and giggles for myself. Um,
I think
but
too we were all like, oh, thank God, easy names to write down.
oh yeah, yeah. So
They weren't.
Gramsby, you guys found out had kind of like a whole mystery thing going on. They were being plagued by
Hmm.
some creature attacking them.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have investigating murders around town.
Yep. Yep.
Before that, I have written black market with guy with lisp. He's 17, and that's Bradley.
I,
But see,
I
I don't think I ever met. I don't know if I was there the time when Nathan and not Nathan. Well, Nathan playing Sherry and Bahad playing Catechus when they went into the black market because I don't think I ever saw Bradley. I don't remember him.
I think you might have. I know Antasha wasn't there. I think you were there for a little bit and then left because I think your stomach was
Hmm.
like upset.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so
That might have been it. Yeah.
then I had Nathan and Fahad, which Fahad just meshes so well with anyone that he's with. Like you and Fahad always had this very like guided way of getting through things and had plans and went shopping and
Shopping. God, I wish he was here tonight.
I
Okay.
mean, he and Natasha never were like on their own. But I know it
Yeah.
would have been just arguments the whole
Hmm.
fucking time. And
Hmm.
when it was just him and Nathan, it was just two guys just having chaos and just shits and giggles and like jokes and this and that. Like it was fun having the two of them too as well. They really enjoyed it. But Bradley is the name of um the bird human. I can't remember how to pronounce it. Rob told me the other day how it's pronounced, the Irakra. But he was so much fun to play. And I remember Nathan enjoyed him so no, Antasha was there. Antasha was there for him at some point. Maybe not there for that one because I think you guys went back to go ahead and like see him.
Hmm.
Because I remember she was like asking him, what is this? Because he had like weird stuff. He had a 17 key ring where each key has a 5% chance of working, and once a key has opened something, it is now useless. And she goes, how
I
do you
remember
know
that.
this works? And I remember looking at Antasha and I was just like, because they used to have 18 keys. And she was just like, God damn it.
I remember that. I remember that. So I don't think I was in there for the initial meeting, but I think I was there when we went back.
Yeah, by the way, this is where you guys got the griffin eggs.
Mm. Yeah, the griffin eggs that
Like
we
you
never
guys
did anything
forgot
with
about,
the
yes.
whole entire rest of the campaign. But like I kept bringing it up because I kept seeing it in my inventory. I'm like, what do we do with these griffin eggs? What are we gonna do with these griffin eggs?
We're in campaign two
Oh,
now, and the guys have they have an oviraptor egg, and Nathan has learned from the griffin egg scenario to remember it and take care of it. So they've been like, let's animal handle this egg to make sure. He's like, because the last time I dealt with an egg, it ended up smelling bad.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so that was that you guys got it from Bradley. I love
Yes.
Bradley. He was so cute. And I remember Nathan was like, "Do birds have tongues?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they do." Like I had a couple of lovebirds growing up and they would always just like
Wow.
and their tongue would always stick out. It was just the funniest shit.
Hmm.
Um, I remember this is where you guys met the mayor.
Mayor
That
Paul,
yeah, Mayor
the
Paul.
hunky, I put hunky halfling. That's what I
You guys all had to
wrote.
make charisma saving throws.
Hmm.
Oh, thanks, Ash Ketchum 649. Thank you. I'm having a nice weekend because I'm officially on holiday for the month. And Ashley, are you having a nice weekend?
Well, I've been off work all week because of the weather here in
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah. Yeah, I'm having a good day.
Thanks.
I've been sick all week, so I'm finally feeling better, so that's good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah,
Yep.
thanks for reaching out. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's in China, it's their New Year holiday, which is huge. So the students have a month off. So the teachers have a month off. So that's nice. So
I miss school.
yeah. All right. Um, what was it? Yeah, Paul, you said?
I th- so he was a hunky halfling, and you were just saying that we all had to make charisma saving throws.
Yes. Yeah. As soon as you saw him, like he was just rippling muscle, just this like handsome halfling that you all had to make charisma saving throws when his presence was around. And it was funny because like the women did fine. You and Mercy saved, but
Hmm.
the men did
Well,
not.
and also Vel with the gel nails was there, and
Mm-hmm.
Aurora was there,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we all saved, and it was just the men. Yep,
Yeah.
Anubis and Remus
Catechus and
and
Cheery. Like
Catechus. Cherry.
Remus, Catechus, and Cheery, because they are heterosexual, they were very much just like admiring him. They're just like, wow, his
Hmm.
muscles are so cool. Like, I really
Hmm.
want to go ahead and like, how do I get ripped like him? Like, oh my gosh. But like Anubis, first of all, I remember Anubis rolled a nat one with that charisma saving throw. And Anubis is pansexual and he just fell in love with Paul. He was just like, he's so dreamy. And so it was just kind of this like Anubis.
Because he rolled in that one, right?
Yeah, he rolled a nat one. Yeah.
No, Anubis.
Yeah.
The one time he was useless.
I know. The one time we needed you right now, Mr. Wizard Council.
Right? Yeah, right?
So yeah, you guys met him. You also, if I remember correctly, and I don't think you were there for this, but you and Remus, I think, were a bit tired and had gone back because you guys had gone to the inn, got a room, got yourselves checked in, and like Cheery, in his normal fashion, went ahead and hit on Vel and hit on
Mm-hmm.
Aurora. And
Mm-hmm.
as with anything, whenever Nathan rolled for like a persuasion check, any kind of charisma check against women that he was like hitting on, he rolled a nat 20. I don't know
Yep. Every time.
how this always happened, but he did. He would roll a nat
Every
20.
time.
And
Yep.
so this
Well,
is,
I do have it written down that he shagged. That's what I wrote down.
this is
But
the
go ahead.
infamous threesome
Yep.
that he had.
Yep.
That
I
he
wasn't there for it, but I heard about it after. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, Alicia unfortunately walked in on it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and this was the infamous threesome that Nathan was like, "Can I do it like another time? How many times can we go through with this?" Three times. Three times.
Yeah.
And Aurora is a fire genasi. So I was just like, They did it in the guest house. They did it in the guest house and they burned that place. The reason why Alicia walked in was because she saw smoke coming out of there. And she and Remus were like, we need to go in there. There's a fire. And that's how they saw. And meanwhile, Catechus and Annabis are watching this from the mayor's house, and they're like watching the whole scene play out of Alicia coming in, and then Alicia and Remus coming out, and Alicia going, "Oh my God!"
Yeah. Yep.
It was a moment for sure. It was certainly a
That was
moment.
fun.
And the reason
That
why
was
we
funny.
talk about this is just because it's an infamous moment for our characters. Just
Oh,
the
100%.
whole thing, yeah. But then
Yep.
you guys ended up going in, and having dinner with, or was it, I can't remember if it was lunch or dinner, but you guys ended up eating with the mayor, meeting his
Hmm.
daughters, and this
Hmm.
is where a character came in. Do you want to talk about him? Do you remember
Gaz
him?
Gazrold? Is
Mhm.
Gazrold? 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 But
Gesrald,
okay,
yeah.
go. Yeah, keep going. Okay, keep going. Yep, Gazrold. He was a. Let's see. Here's my notes. He was a mercenary human with long white hair, scars, long arms and face, and then I have no idea what I wrote after that because I wrote something down and crossed it off, so I don't know what I wrote.
Yeah. He was very much so like I did kind of base him off of like the Witchers, like Geralt and all of that,
Okay.
but instead of
Yep.
because I know Fahad and I have talked about Geralt.
Oh, that's what I have here because I wrote Thor and crossed off Thor, and then I put Henry Cavill.
Except he's not. He
Okay,
was
so because for those of you that are just tuning in now, what you have to understand is I always associated the male characters with like actors, so so that
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
Henry Cavill.
yeah. So and I know Fahad and I have talked about Geralt before and like with the Witchers and stuff um
Mhm.
and we talked about like how like it's not black and white. You know what I mean? It's not black and
Right.
white with the decisions that he makes. But with Gesrald, I went, what if this is like a Witcher that is just not black and white? It's just like I don't care to like listen to enjoying
I know.
this is our water process. What if like Geralt doesn't choose to go ahead and really kind of take like because often he's looking at these monsters and he's getting their stories, he's getting their perspective.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Gaswald, I was like, nah, he's like, fuck that. Like, this is a
No.
monster, and
Yeah.
yeah. So, could you explain why we have exactly this whole thing of him and a monster, and like how we went ahead and got introduced to him during this meal?
You want me to?
Yeah, yeah. What happened during that meal? Do you remember?
Well, well, there were a few things that happened during that meal though that didn't involve him. Like Mercy. So going back, Mayor Paul has two daughters, right? Molly and Greta.
Yes.
And Tasha, as Mercy, decided to be very feisty and Mercy cuts Molly's hair, to which Molly runs off.
Right.
Um,
Reminder that Antasha or Mercy at this point has the Book of Vile Deeds.
right,
So she
right,
was looking for a
right.
reason to like get more power from it.
Get more power, become more evil in essence.
Hmm.
But we learn now. Tell me if this is right, because this is what I have down. So, and okay, so the only other thing I have written down here before we get to who's outside is it says case CASC is what I have, and then it says ravaged towns by creatures. Um, Vestra, I can't say it. A new continent, which is Vextraxium.
That's the continent you guys are on, Festraxium.
Okay, why did I put new continent? Okay, So that's all I know is that ravaged town by creatures. So we learn. Does Gazroll come out and tell us right away that he's captured a character or not a character, a creature, or do we look? Some, but Mercy or somebody looks out the window
Mhm.
and sees a blue dragon out on the mountain hillside, whatever. And then does Mercy get up and run towards it?
I think Catechus
Somebody gets up.
Catechus went ahead and like transformed into an animal, and he went ahead and went to go see who it was. Because
Mm-hmm.
Catechus is he's very much into like animals and stuff like that, and cares about them, and so he goes to see what's going on here. And when he encounters this dragon, he learns it's Talarion, who
Mm-hmm.
is
Right.
who we dubbed Mercy's dragon daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a backstory to Mercy now. Mercy,
I have a picture.
Mercy is there's actually a myth about her in the stories of this world where at
Right.
one point, like what was it? She told me this whole story about how actually I think I have it back in my notes here where uh there was a halfling village on the bottom of like a mountain where the blue dragons lived in the mountains. And so they often had Talarion, who was the voice of the Dragon Council, come down to the halfling town to kind of go ahead and do like business stuff, kind of help protect them, kind of go ahead and help them out with everything. And at one point there was a dragonkin that got into a kind of a magic battle with a sorceress who she dubbed Kadira. And you guys never learned this, but this is something
Okay.
that you're learning. But they went ahead and got into kind of a bit of a battle, and Lightning went ahead and went rogue and ended up hitting a baby in this halfling town. And that baby
We did
turned
find
out
that
to
out.
be Mercy.
Right.
So these two went ahead and got banished into realms on their own for
Mm-hmm.
punishment. And it turned out this little baby Mercy, ended up going ahead and like being taken in by the Dragon Council because of the fact that she
Council.
had
Yep.
like these magical powers now, and they didn't know what to do with her. Do you have
Yeah, I
that?
have that all written down.
Oh, okay.
I have it
Okay.
all written down. Yeah. But
Um,
wait. Remember
Let me
the
zoom.
picture that I took?
It's kind of, I could kind of see it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
Oh, there
blue
we go.
dragon.
Yeah, blue
The blue dragon.
dragon. Yeah. So,
No, just kidding.
so this Talarion took care of Mercy, basically.
Okay.
Talarion took
Yep.
care of Mercy, and brought her up. So she was brought up amongst dragons, which is why she's as fierce and as sassy as she is, and as like argumentative, and why she says she's always like the voice of reason, and why always feels like she's more powerful than she lets on, just because she was
Mm-hmm.
raised by dragons, and she's like in her mind she feels herself to be a dragon. um so Talarion, yeah, Catechus goes to see Talarion, and is just kind of like, this person raised Mercy. And he's talking to Talarion, and Talarion starts talking back to him in the same kind of form and manner that Mercy talks to Catechus, and he's like, "Yeah, yeah, he raised her."
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
meanwhile,
Yep.
he goes back and talks to, uh, goes back to you guys, and is just like, what is going on? Because he notices Talarion has scales missing. He notices he's not very well treated. He's got chains on him and everything. And
Right.
that's when you guys find out that Gesrald is like not really a good individual. Mercy gets pissed. This is a moment where
Yeah.
Mercy gets pissed. And there does
Mm-hmm.
become this chase sequence.
Right. Right. Um, where was it? I had something else. Was this then okay? So was this the part then where there was the chase sequence, and at some point we all surrounded Gazrold, and he was kind of stuck in the middle,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And
Yes.
then somebody from the town or something came like running up. Was that this part? And wanting to know what was going on, and we told them to like go away.
Yeah.
Or was that
You
something
guys
else?
you
Okay.
guys essentially like one of the Wizard Council members goes ahead and puts him in like a magical box so that he can't escape. And
Hmm.
Mercy is like determined to kill him because of how he's treated
Right.
Talarion.
Right.
She's
Right.
so determined to kill him. And this is where Antasha has always brought up that she felt a bit betrayed or Mercy felt a bit betrayed by Catechus because
Yeah.
Fahad made an insight check on Gezrald, and I sent him a message basically saying that there's something more that he's not there's some reason why he went ahead and got this dragon, and it's for some
Okay.
reason that it feels like someone personal to him must have been hurt or died. And so then this is when Catechus is like, can we like do like a trial or something on him? And Mercy gets pissed. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mercy gets pissed.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is someone that kind of comes up and is like, what the hell is going on? And you're like, go away.
Yep. Yep. Um. Yeah. And we learned that Tolarian is at some point that Tolarian is the voice of the Dragon Council.
Mhm.
Um. Gazrel at some point told us that there were two boys he was training that had been killed by a blue dragon, and he assumed that this dragon was Tolarian was the blue dragon, and so that's why he has him like chained up and stuff.
Yeah.
Um.
And I remember Antasha was like, when Gesrald was saying this, Mercy went ahead and was like, maybe those boys deserved it. What did they do?
Right.
She was
Right.
like, he would not have
Right.
done something um if if he didn't do anything.
So
She thought
who tells us the story though about Mercy? That she's that was it Animus or was it Telerian that told us like that she's from a halfling town and so forth and everything that you've already said. Like who?
Um, it might have been someone in that town of Gramsby because that story is
Yeah.
very popular in this
Okay.
continent.
Okay.
Because this is
Um.
Mercy's like this continent has her hometown.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Got it. Got it. Um. We talked to the priestess, right?
The
Mary.
priestess that Cheery rolled in that
Mary.
20 with.
Yeah, and it says priestess was a virgin.
Yeah,
I
priestess was a
got the
virgin
weirdest
and
notes.
then no longer became one and later had
Right,
regrets.
right. Um, Animus gives Catechus a magic carpet.
Yeah, that's right. Because that's how
Right.
Mercy gets up to the top of she takes that
Right.
magic carpet. And then,
Because yes, because she ends up going like at nighttime. Then that night or whatever, right? Goes up and stays with him
and it was like
that
one of
night.
these moments that was just kind of like, it was a vulnerable moment for Mercy.
Hmm.
Because this
Hmm.
was a version of her we never saw.
Right.
She
Right.
was very sweet with Talarion, and Talarion was very sweet back. It was like there was no argument, and she just kind of rested up against him and was like telling him about all the different stories that of her adventure and everything. And so it was kind of this one moment of mercy that, was really sweet.
Hmm. Um, I have on here that, hold on, where was it? I noticed at some point the priestess looking to be in a hurry, whether it was leaving, must have been leaving Sherry,
Mhm.
because then the next thing that says that Sherry decides to sleep, and in capital letters, all day long.
Yeah, Nathan was couldn't come to that session,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I realized I was like, this man just had a threesome and then got together with a priestess the same day. The
day.
same day. So I was like, he's
Mhm.
spent. He is
Yep.
sleeping.
Hmm. Yeah, Catechus does end up going and seeing Mercy and Talarion and having a conversation with them.
Hmm.
I don't
And
know what
you,
the conversation is about, but.
Alicia ended up going ahead and talking with the priestess, kind of helping her
Mhm,
cope with all
mhm,
the feelings of I'm no longer a virgin.
mhm,
This is mean
mhm.
I'm a terrible. She actually drew a map for you too,
Yeah, she did.
because you guys learned about the Underdark, and
Underdark.
she
Yep. And so then we had that map.
yeah.
Yep. I also at some point found out that Charles, fancy gentleman, at the likes Aaron, and Aaron was one of the people that we
Innkeepers.
met at the inn that we were staying at.
The
And so then I had a
Culprits in.
conversation with Aaron and talked to her into going on a date with him.
Hmm.
I set up this beautiful couple.
Look at you having good interactions with NPCs.
I know, right? I always had good interactions
Um,
until I died. Just kidding. And then Catechus summons a branch
Spoilers.
he sent out to Scout. Twiggy.
So I
Anyways,
think
go
you
ahead.
guys at some point decided that this was a night that you guys decided to go. Wait, I do need to bring up something. Um, what was it? Catnip or not cat? There's a catnip tree. Not confusing with catnip
Yes.
from campaign 2, but there's a catnip willow tree in this town that Catechus goes ahead and gets. And at one point he has the staff of the woodland creatures, I believe is what it's called. And he
Mhm,
can eat, I think this one you could get like a twig, and later on this
mhm,
twig becomes significant. No, no,
mhm.
actually, Fahad and I talked about this. Twig comes from someplace else. That's right.
Yeah, because it says on here, I wrote a note like before I wrote all about the mercy stuff. I wrote on here, Catechus summons a branch he had sent out to scout. So he already had that
This is
branch.
already
He already
Twiggy.
had Twiggy. He already had
I
Twiggy at some
knew
point.
it. I told him that, and he was like, "No, I swear I got it from like that bush in Enos, the really depressing place." And I
In
was like,
where?
"No."
No, no, because he got it to go scout out. Because we have the twig when later on when we're going to the Underdark. We have it later on when we go to the next. Is it the next place that we go to? Where? Um, sorry. Oh wow. Um, hold on.
You're
Uh,
fine. I thought it was
yeah, we
from.
have it before the night. We have it before the night parade carnival and stuff too.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Twiggy starts heading to the mountains and entryway to the cave. Yeah, yeah,
I thought he got it from that catnip tree.
yeah.
I figured as much. Okay. All right then.
Mhm.
See, this is why we have you, Ashley.
I take all the notes. They might be weird notes, but I take all the notes.
Fahad was saying because Fahad was supposed to join us today, and unfortunately he was not feeling
Just
well.
kidding.
So he was telling me, he
I'm
goes,
kidding.
my notes for Catechus aren't the best. They're kind of like all over the place. He goes, so I'm trying to take better notes as Seth in the second campaign. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, but
But I was noticing that the other night when I was watching you guys, the other day when you guys were live, and I noticed he was taking more copious notes. And I was like,
Mhm.
I don't know, I might have said something in the chat or something, but I was like, oh, look at him taking notes or something. Or maybe I just said it to myself in my head. But.
Um, I think you guys went ahead and talked with the guards about this creature and decided that night. No, I remember what it was. Twiggy ended up coming later on and telling you guys that there was something, some kind of creature with like a face and a face on his stomach. And keep in mind, Twiggy is not the most intelligent creature. So when I played Twiggy, I played him to a T with low
T.
intelligence, which
Yes.
annoyed Catechus.
Yes. Well, no, and it annoyed Fahad because he would always just give you these looks.
I remember I told him, I was
I'm
like,
like, but because I think he kept forgetting, it's a freaking twig, dude.
because
I think
I
you had to
remember Twiggy
remind
was like, it had a face. And then it had a face on its stomach. And Fahad was like, okay, what? Wait, what? A face on its stomach? What do you mean it had a face on its stomach?
you.
So,
Excuse me.
yeah, this is when you guys went
Yeah.
out and decided to go
Well, we
ahead.
find out. Well, what we do find out is we find out that Art's parents were attacked by animals that howled. The next morning, he heard people talking, saying, "No, no, no, not again." Then a voice said, "When I say run, run," turn turns it back into a wolf. That's all I wrote down. And
Yeah,
then the next one says a dragon tooth dagger for Mercy because I got her a dragon tooth dagger because Natasha wasn't there.
yeah, I think,
And then Twiggy starts heading to the mountain's entryway to the cave.
yeah, and then when you guys got to the cave, that's where you encountered Asbardahan. I think I lost you, Ashley.
Yes.
Okay, no, never mind. You're good. You're good.
Oh, I like this part. Yes. Okay,
Yeah,
go.
you guys encountered Asbardahan with a blue dragonborn
Right.
and
And a loose monster that is being controlled by by the female dragonborn, who's being controlled by, well,
Asbardahan.
we later find out, as Bardahan. Yeah.
Asbardahan, if he's very he loves the Geash spell, the Geas spell, which
Hmm.
causes him to go ahead and make like a suggestion or a command, and they have to follow it for 30 days. So his favorite
Hmm.
command to give was to basically say, like, do what I ask you to do.
Hmm. Hmm.
So anyone who failed it was under his
Yeah.
control for 30 days.
Okay.
And so like she was under his control, you guys later found out, but uh
Yeah.
Emmy was under his control. That's why she was did a lot of what she did because he would just go ahead and get people to do his bidding for his experiments. That's why she
Right.
buried or like stole kids. That's why she dug up all of these graves because she was just doing it. Like she did not want to do it, but she had
Right.
to.
Right.
Because this spell
Right.
too, if you go against it or if you try to push against it, like the command, it does psychic damage to you.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah. Um, but you guys
I
fought the creature.
remember. Well, I remember the setup too for it, like where you how you had it. Well, at least I don't know exactly how how it was set up on the board, but kind of I pictured too that we were because it was right before we went into the Underdark.
Hmm.
Because it was like right at the entrance. Because we were kind of in there, and then we kind of realized what was happening outside. We kind of turn around, right? And so that's when we see the well, first we don't see anybody but the big moose monster thing. And then as I think as we kind of come out, then we slowly see behind how it's Emmy, right? Emmy, the blue, no,
Dragonborn. What
no,
was her name?
wait, it's not, no. So Emmy's not there.
No, he's not there.
That's
No,
right,
no,
Emmy
no.
is, no, no, no. The female dragonborn. I don't have her name. Oh no, I
I
do
swear
later.
I wrote her name.
Um, blue dragonborn. The people have been taking.
I swear I
What is
wrote
her
her
name?
name.
I did too.
I mean, I had to in order to, because I have a whole backstory on her
Oh,
too.
is it Otho Kent?
Also, Kent, yes. Let me get
Otho
to.
Kent. Otho Kent. Yep. Our Bannerheim controls her at times. Name Otho Kent. It's her name
Yeah,
because she was from the town, right?
She's from a different place. In a
Okay.
bit, we'll talk
Um,
about what she
she's in
revealed
the
to you
past.
guys.
So wait, and so this is the part where we battle. Can we battle them?
Mm-hmm.
And is this the? Because I think you let me play. You did. You let me roll at one point or whatever as Remus,
Mm-hmm.
because he was gonna go because as Bardahan at one point opens up a portal
Yep.
and tries to yank her. This is after I think we killed the moose, maybe I don't know,
No, it was in the
but
midst of the battle still.
this is a battle. I'm trying to get Otho Kent like out, like to come with him into the portal.
Yep.
And I had, or maybe I think it was me, because I think you had me do it and roll for him. I had Remus, um, my boyfriend, um, John Krasinski. I had him. Sorry, I had him like reach for her,
Yep.
right, to
Mm-hmm.
pull her so she wouldn't go through the portal.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had didn't succeed, then she would get dragged through the portal, and Remus would have gotten dragged too. But
Yes,
I did succeed in
you
that role.
did. That was
And as
such a fun
Bardahan went through the
moment.
portal, as Bardahan went through the portal, and she
Yeah.
stayed on our, and
Yeah.
she stayed with us.
You guys
Yep.
essentially, you did kill off the creature and knocked her out and brought her
Yeah.
back. Um,
Yep.
and then I think this is where you guys get introduced to Coral.
Coral. Yeah, that's why I have it. Well, I also have it down. Um, when we get back after this battle, because we end up not going to the cave right away. We end up because Amanda. I think the guards, Amanda and whatever her name is, they end up coming out to see, and somebody else, they end up coming to see what was going on.
Hmm.
And then we take Otho Kent with us back to the town, and they put her in jail when later there's an interrogation.
Hmm.
But I have here that Charles and Aaron are at the bar talking.
Hmm.
And then the next note I have is that we find out, or not we find out, was it we, or one of us, or Sherry finds out that Vasha lost the baby.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where this happens. And then Coral comes in, aka Julia.
This is where we get Julia into the game.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and she's actually like searching for Asbardahan. So this is
Mhm.
like perfect moment for her to be here. She actually joins you guys for the interrogation of Ortho Kent. Otho
Yep.
Kent, sorry, Otho Kent.
Also
And
Kent. Yeah.
yeah, and this is where you get a bit more of a story of how she joined as Bardahan, what ended up happening. So, like, I have her backstory here, just to go ahead and read it
Mhm.
aloud. But this is the backstory that I wrote for her, that she grew up nearby the town of Aston in a little home with her mother. And she grew up learning about the blue dragons that lived on the mountaintop. She shared stories, including the one about Ragnar and Mercy. She loved them. It made her feel proud to be like close to being blue dragons with her blue scales. And they lived a pretty isolated life, to which Otho Kent would find out later was for their own protection. The story of Ragnar and Mercy got misconstrued as a story of blue dragons being violent and dangerous, so many of the people in Aeston adopted the rhetoric that blue dragonborns were vicious creatures. When she was gone foraging for berries and mushrooms, she came. This gets real dark, by the way. She came back to her mother, slain. Her blood used for the message, let this be a warning to any kin of blue dragons or dragonborns. And that's when her sorceress powers awoke that day. She entered into the town of Aeston, seething in anger and rage, and massacred a good amount of the people. She decided to leave a message for any survivors and for others who see her as dangerous. Again, getting a bit dark. She hung up the bodies shortly after cutting them open and displaying their organs for all to see. And this is where she met Asbardahan, who placed a spell over her, causing her to do this bidding. Just a a little bit of a warning. When we get into the Underdark, stories get real dark. I
Oh yeah.
had a bit of like kind of just dark background backstories for all these NPCs. Like I Matt and I when we were on holiday, like and I was getting all these notes written out, I was like he and I just were like, "Oh, let's have a night. Let's just go ahead and drink and just enjoy the night." And I was like, "I'm gonna do some D&D planning." And I don't know why I was like, "This is gonna be the darkest ever." And you guys,
Was that when you guys were at that Airbnb with the pool in Bali or
not in
something?
Bali, in
Yeah.
Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in Thailand. Yeah. Yep. I remember.
Oh, but we'll get
Because there was
into the
all
Underdark later, to be honest. But yeah,
yeah.
you guys kind of got this story from her. I think she might have been under some kind of a no, a truth spell comes up later, but you guys end up realizing that she does go ahead and say she's still under as Barda Han's bidding, and Cheery goes ahead and uses his staff that has that greater restoration to kind of get that off. Um,
Mhm.
and yeah, and you guys realize that she might have possibly been behind the killing of these two boys that Gesrald was looking after. And what he saw was like some kind of illusion of a massive blue dragon, when in reality it was just a blue dragonborn.
Right. Right.
And so
Because
you guys,
I have here that Otho Kent knows who Gazrold is. Her intention was not to get Talarian bound. Um, yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Um, so
Yeah.
you guys end up getting Annabis to go ahead and take her also to go into this trial that comes up later on. And you
Hmm.
guys do end up, oh, you guys end up encountering someone who's not pleased, let's just say, with how you've been helping or not helping Crimson out.
We come across somebody? Hold on.
Yeah. What vampire do you guys come across?
Oh. No, hold on. Hold on. Hold that. Pause. I have it somewhere written down. But not where I want it. Don't say it.
If
Oh, wait.
if Fahad were here, he'd probably say something like that.
Oh, Drusilla. Drusilla.
Yeah, yeah, Fahad would be like that bitch
Drusilla.
Drusilla. Ooh, I hated her. She is quite
Yeah.
devious,
Yeah.
and she's more than willing to go ahead and do powers and stuff to get what she wants and to get what she needs.
Mhm. Mhm. Is this is this all around the time too? And maybe it was because of what Alicia saw with Jerry and the two. Is this around the time when I wrote that note and sent you the note to send to Vasha, but it ended up not going to Vasha. It got intercepted by what's his face, um,
Vanuath?
by Vanoa, because there's a note here that I have on one of these page that says Cheery knows about letter now.
Yeah, because Vanuath, at this point, Vanuath has probably received the letter
Yeah.
and has sent a sending spell, and he's like, Vanuath here, just so you know. And Cheery was like, hmm, I wonder who sent that message and looked at you.
I just remember he was sitting, and I was trying to keep a straight face, and I couldn't do it. And he was sitting like diagonal from me, and he kept going, like turning his head towards me. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Like dying inside too,
I remember you
just
had a
laughing.
conversation with Catechus about it too, and told him, like, I sent a letter. And Catechus was like, no, if I were in your position, I would have probably done the same too.
Yeah, Yeah. Because like the more I thought about it, and it wasn't like me as Ashley. I was like, Alicia is just really annoyed and really pissed off that he's doing this. Why would he do this to somebody that he was supposedly in love with? You know.
Hmm.
So
And I think maybe that's when he found out about the miscarriage was when
yeah,
Monolith talked with him.
around the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, anytime he had interactions with women, uh, and it ended up, what are we talking about? Always ended up, every time he hit on them, he always ended up being like sexual. And I always did do a roll check to see did they get pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he had that bingo card. He had to complete that bingo card.
Yeah, it was started out as a joke, ended up actually becoming true.
Yeah, I know.
That's why for those
Whatever.
who have been watching the second campaign and watching like these interactions with, spoiler alert if you haven't, but with Cheery coming up because he's there, he brings up this bingo card. But yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So you guys end up meeting Drusilla, who's telling you guys that you're not getting what Camila needs done, and she's
Okay,
now
but hold
there.
on. Hold on. Back up.
Okay, okay, okay.
So we do find out before all that, before Drusilla, we do find out about the night parade.
Mm,
And is this where they took kids? Because remember, there was kids were getting kidnapped.
yes.
Then we find out that Cherry's sister was sold to Aspartahan,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have that Aspartahan was buying kids and doing experience. Nico was head of this branch of Night Parade Carnival, and it was part of the Underdark. Um, and then something else is getting attacked by werewolves like this town. So then, before Catechus finds out that Drusilla is there, there's three dreams. I dream about mom and dad in the forest. No, wait. Somebody has a dream about mom and dad in the forest. She's coming close to finding her third one. Oh, where I find out that. No, wait. Yes, where I find out that not Camilla,
Meridia?
Crimson is coming close to finding the third amulet thing, whatever. And then I need
No,
to
I
talk to
think
Coral about Meridia.
no, because there were only two amulets. So if it's third one, it probably means that Meridia is close to finding her third champion.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yep. Oh, that's right. She's coming close to finding her third one because my. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Need to talk to Coral about Meridia. That's why I had to talk to her about Meridia. And then Coral has vision or dream that comes to her. Watery light, feminine voice. You're close to finding the whispered one, so that must be Meridia talking to her. Um, and then coming close to releasing Leviathan, of which Catechus has Crimson in his dream in a library asking about the amulet. And when he wakes up, Drusilla is in his room to come help him.
I think that's where we ended that one session too. Keep in mind, all of
That's
this
where
that
we
we've been
ended it.
talking about has been like 3 or 4 sessions.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and he would, I remember Fahad was like, Fahad.
Yeah. And then the next thing I have is I think the next time that we all met, or the next session that we had, because that's when I wrote stuff down about Bradley. Guy with the list in the blue market. And then Sherry has keyring with keys that has a 5% each key to pick a lock.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that's where we get all this stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
before we go to the Underdark.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys go to that. Oh, what was it? Let me double check. You guys
map of
go to
Underdark and
get
Brad.
supplies, and she gets pissed. She's like, "You guys are wasting time." And Catechus was like, "Well, we're trying to get supplies so that we can handle ourselves better. Give us a chance." And you
Mm-hmm.
guys ended up in the apothecary, which is run by that tabaxi named Derek, who I always
Yeah,
like played as like kind of like a surfer kind of dude, like, hey guys, how's it
yeah,
going? Like, you guys want some like potions? He had shit ton of potions. And he
Yeah.
had some
Yeah.
potions for Gesrald that, little tiny ones that were specifically for Gesrald that Catechus took a
Hmm.
bunch of.
Hmm.
But the thing that
And
was
then,
kind of a bit messed up is like Derek seems like a really cool guy, like really chill, really nice,
uh,
and he's running a like basically like a sweatshop in his basement of these
Yep. This is it. Yep.
yes, emaciated adults, all in there, children as well, elderly people just making these potions for him. And you guys, I think Cheery found out about it. He snuck down there somehow. And then like Drusilla and Catechus are having a moment where they're arguing with each other. And she goes ahead and does something to like cause like a heads to explode if it overwhelms a person.
Yes.
And so Derek's head explodes. You guys all kind of
Yeah.
get psychic damage. But Derek's head explodes.
Hmm.
She
Hmm.
doesn't know about the people in the basement, so she doesn't target them or anything like that. And so then what ends up happening next is Catechus is just like, and he's still like pissed, and he's just like saying, "Give us a moment," and she does something to Nala, and that's what
Yes.
really pisses off Catechus. He gets pissed.
Yeah.
Um, and it's just like, fine, we'll go. So you guys steal a bunch of the potions, not all of them,
Hmm.
because you're like, these poor people in the basement need something to like make money off of and to start anew. So you guys leave quite a
Right.
bit of it for them to go ahead and sell to be free. Um, yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yep. We also end up learning, I think, because I have that. That's why I have these notes. About each of the places in the Underdark and kind of based on the map, just a little bit of snippets about each of the places in the Underdark. And like, because the map obviously tells us where they're located, but I
Mhm,
have notes right now of all the places and what's would we would at least find or kind of not find like where they are and who might be running it or who might be there.
mhm,
Like for example, I have that Enos is the first place, which is the mining town,
mhm.
and then you kind of told us like northwest of Enos would be Nimiri. Uh, used to be filled with,
Niemeyer?
but we never went there. No,
Nimire?
maybe. Oh, that's not what I wrote. I wrote Nimiri. Used to be filled with skilled people, rampage, mine-inducing material, sapphire, looking crystal, and then Wick Hills. I won't say what everything is and what's there, but yeah, but Wick Hills,
Mhm,
Mansfield, Greyford, north of Greyford, and that's about all I wrote.
mhm,
Oh, swampy area where Hag is. Um,
mhm,
yeah. But before we get there, we go to the night parade.
mhm.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
the
That
night
was fun.
parade.
That was a fun session.
That's one of those sessions where, as a DM, and sometimes DMs can relate to this, had my plans, and when you have a chaotic player like Fahad, who loves chaos, and you just do
Yeah.
not know what to expect from him, he will. This
Yeah.
was one of those moments where he just kind of turned it around. And I remember I literally, after you guys had the experience at the night carnival, I just shoved all the papers off and I was like, well, I guess we're not going into that. In jest. I
Yeah.
wasn't actually pissed off. It was in jest. Because,
Yeah.
as a DM, you understand that your players are going to go ahead and go off into different variations. And, there's so many things that you guys never did or encountered that had plans of. And that's perfectly fine, but they were there in case you guys wanted it or were
Right.
intrigued with it. So
Right.
yeah, it just did not go the way I imagined it at all.
No, because and we can get into that next session, but
Yes.
because of Catechist and then Mercy too, kind of ended up getting involved in it, and then you just had to roll with it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Sherry doing his thing there, and I was just trying to play games. I don't know.
Yeah, I think everybody had their own like little motivation throughout
So we
here.
all split up.
Yeah, their character motivation was so different from each other that it just in a sense it wasn't that it was clashing with each other. It was just like all sorts of things were happening because of it. And I think Alicia and Remus were just kind of like, I guess we got to roll with the punches.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, next time when we have a recap session, I mean, it's probably going to just be the night carnival and
yeah.
Enost and
Yep.
possibly Pontypridd, which if we can get Fahad into this, oh, it's going to be his
That'd be so much fun.
favorite one to recap. Oh,
Oh yeah, it's his favorite. I'm looking
um,
at it right now.
yeah, I know. I still
Oh
have
man.
the pictures of the makeup that I did for each of those sessions,
Oh yeah. Oh, you told me that, I think. Yep. Yep.
the ones that Fahad
Um.
really hated.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I'm trying to see. Yeah.
something and I'm gonna go ahead and kind of finalize this with the campaign two group, but um Fahad did tell me last night that he and Nikki are unable to make it to the UK. So they'll be here, so we're gonna try to see what we can do for scheduling. I know a couple of us have been talking to Nathan about his one shot, which is going to be not necessarily pirate themed, but like more ship themed, adventure themed that way. So that'll probably happen at some point during the month of February, along with a session. We'll see about with Jacqueline because I think Jacqueline's supposed to get like a tonsillectomy around the 14th. So,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, we'll see. So it's just going to be kind of,
I'll play it by ear.
yeah, I'll play it by ear. So otherwise, I mean, you and I can always still do a recap session as well because
Yeah.
we still got quite a bit. And I know you and I have talked about possibly after we catch up with the first campaign, just recapping some of the episodes too. So then that way, if people who are watching campaign two and just want a
Mhm.
recap of what the last like few sessions for us with campaign one were like, that way they have an
Yeah.
idea of the understanding of this world too and of the characters that pop up in here. So
Mhm.
that'll be something that'll happen.
Yay.
Yay!
I'm excited.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Ashley and I are going to continue talking because
Yeah.
I miss my dear friend so much that even though we talk every day, I'm still
I
like,
know we text each other every
we
day.
text each other, we still call each other. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll go ahead and end the stream. Thank you to those of you that joined and watched and or watched later. So thank you, Ashley, for taking time to go ahead and do this. So I'll go